Hi there everyone, I am so thrilled about this series. This series is going to be my best series yet because I have an amazing person on the show and I am so excited because this, by the way, no doubt about it, is, as far as I'm concerned, the best artist we have in this continent. On the continent, and not just best artist, but she's a lawyer, she's a, even let me just stop there, but this person is an amazing, wonderful friend who is an amazing entrepreneur as well, whose life we have to share. And her name is June Gachui. Thank you so much for being on my show.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So I'm so thrilled for you to be here.
Yay.
And we come a long way. We come a long way. So what I want us to do is start from the beginning. Who is June? Where was she born? Is she from Muranga or from Mombasa?
All right, so June is a young girl, lover of this land of ours. So I hail from two counties.
Yes.
My late father was from Muranga County, so Gatanga, and mom is from Meru, Chogoria. And most people don't know that. So my mother is Samwari, and so therefore I am also one. I am one of three daughters.
Yeah.
So I've got a younger sibling and an older sibling. So I'm the middle child, which explains a lot of my quirkiness, is what we're going to call it.
You know, it's funny. You remind me of Kafura. Kafura is my middle child in our family because she's an entertainer.
Mm-hmm. We have to entertain ourselves because we're either too old to do something or we're too young to do something.
Okay.
So we have to create our own imaginary friends who are our age. So that, I think that's probably a lot of the reason why I turned out the way I did.
Yeah.
So we
was that tough growing up though? Like, did you feel like you're out of place?
I think at some point in my life I did think it was tough. Maybe when I was like a young teenager, there was some confusion because I just wanted to do what everybody else was doing. And then very soon it was clear that I couldn't. Like I remember when my older sister started going out, I wanted to go out. I was told, no, you're too young. I'm like, what? What do you mean? But we are like 18 months apart. What is that? Even the bouncer doesn't know 18 months. He can't count. So we should just go. And then I started feeling like, but why is this huge age gap difference in terms of what we can and can't do? And then my younger sister is, about 3 years younger than me. So then it was like, no, you're too young, you're too old to be doing those kind of things. And I'm like, but I want to play. So at some point I was like, okay, I learned to spend time with things that make me happy. And it's not like we didn't hang out. It's just that there were things that I really remember wanting to go and do. And I couldn't. And then I guess my default was find something to occupy your time and your space for where you are and enjoy the stage that you're at instead of wanting to rush to be older or regress and be younger. So no, I don't think it was difficult. I have pockets of recollection that make me realize that there were things I started doing very early on in life because I had to figure out how to
What were some of those things?
Well, like I used to sing to myself a lot. Like,
so first of all, June, do you know, we would go out. I remember like 17, 18, or maybe
just
I shouldn't say this on camera. My dad thought we started at 21, but anyway,
we started at 21.
We did. So we'd go out. We're coming back.
Yeah.
We probably have someone driving us, and the whole way from Carnival, June is singing her heart out. We're exhausted. It's 5 a.m. What are you doing singing? Well, I wasn't singing. I was asleep.
I remember, but I don't know. It was like. It's like oxygen for me. I feel like if I hear a song on the radio or it reminds me of another song, or if I leave the car, I'll continue singing whatever the song is at the dining table. Like I remember my mom used to go, I was constantly singing. We're at somebody's house.
Oh, so she shush you because
like, what are you? Like, just there's a time for that. When you're in choir, go sing. And I think, I just remember always that was something that made me happy.
At what point did they or you recognize that this is something you want to pursue?
I think I was 8. Like I used to wear, so we kind of grew up in Paris. My dad was working out there, and I remember Madonna had just sort of like, we started like watching music videos. And she had like, was it True Blue and Papa Don't Preach and that album in the 80s. And I ended up like wearing my t-shirt like as my hair. You know that thing where you sort of like pull your t-shirt and then now you start doing like dances in front of the TV? That was me at 8.
Okay, wow.
So I remember like doing that and saying that's so cool, like I want to do that.
Wow.
And then I joined the school choir and I did like little musicals. Like I remember maybe at the age of 9 or 10 I was in Bye Bye Birdie in our school in Abidjan. So very early on I would find ways and places to just, you know.
Were you getting formal training though for at that age?
I wouldn't call it formal. I mean, I guess at that age, you're doing whatever the music teacher tells you to do at school. But I got formal training from the age of about 11 or 12. About 12, actually 12 or 13. When we moved back to Kenya, I went to real music school and I actually did grade 1 to 5. I went up to grade 5 singing. And I think my mother's solution was if I get her to go to a class on a Saturday morning, she'll realize this is not something it's not fun and she should concentrate on school. And it had the complete opposite effect. Like now I was like, yes, you mean people take singing seriously and their exams. So as soon as it got too technical for me, like I got tired of theory at like grade 4 and I said I can't do the theory anymore. But I had learned enough about what my vocal ability was, how to breathe, how to sing classic. Yeah, because I mean there's some basic training you do just the way when people are learning how to play piano. They teach you how your fingers are supposed to move and all of that. So they teach you the same thing, how you breathe. You know, a lot of people breathe and move their shoulders up. That's the worst way to breathe when you're singing. You're supposed to fill your tummy with air and because then push with your diaphragm. So learning just little things like that, and then when you realize you have understood the lesson, you apply it now when you're singing. So I did a few recitals here and there. I did my ABR RSMs till grade 5, and then I wanted to do 6, 7, and 8, but I need to then go back and improve my theory. So when I do that, I'll be able to finish. So yeah, by that time now I was listening to even more radio and people like Whitney and Mariah Carey and all these really cool people were singing songs that I wanted to sing. So I sort of left the classical music side and I was like, I want to do contemporary stuff that we hear on radio. And
the RSM doesn't have contemporary stuff. It's all classical.
It's those things, which are great.
That was really cool though.
So we learned like I'm so multilingual just because we had to sing songs in like Latin and I don't know what. So I put that on the CV. Then they say, okay, so tell us something. I say Caro Mio Bien, and then that's it. I just tell them the title of the song.
Oh wow. Okay. So then from there.
So from there, I continued. I joined.
So where's okay, Jenny, Angie? Are they in the musical?
Oh, they're here. They're around. They're just in the life. No, well, I think Jenny was in the musical. Jenny was in the musical in Abidjan. She was in Bye Bye Birdie. I remember that. And then Angie and I were in Green Acres longer at the same time. Our school way doesn't even exist anymore, but it's okay. Do I remember Angela singing?
So you were going for the lessons alone? Angie wasn't with you?
So when I went to real music school, Angela was learning piano. So she would come, because my mom is like, both of you enter the car and we are going. But Angela opted to do piano. And then when I started wanting to do performances, like at home or at church or for friends, I could never hear harmonies. That's the thing that I learned how to do the later. Angela could hear them like this. And her voice was always an alto, more of an alto than I was.
A rich alto,
Yes. So I would force her to come and learn the alto and then sing it with me. That time she was shorter than me, so I could control her a bit more.
Okay.
Those days are gone now. Can take a moment just to remember when I was taller than Angie. So I remember like asking her, please just come sing this alto with me. And then she caught the bug. And also then started her own musical journey, which has been awesome as well. We're still waiting for her to record something, so
she will record.
Yeah,
we'll make sure of that.
So
Jenny didn't.
No, Jenny was in the choir for a bit, and then she went off to boarding school.
Okay.
And she definitely wasn't singing in boarding school, so. But she has got a great voice. I think she does choir now at her church. But
and who of your parents sing? I don't even know.
I think both my parents had decent voices. Like there are days my mom would be singing, we're like, we just look at her like, hey, all right. But not from any formal training at all.
Okay.
There's a photo of my dad holding a guitar. But I think that was just a prop. Guys used to take photos with in the 70s. And just put one leg up and just hold it. So I think I was was a bit suspicious. I couldn't tell if he could actually play it or if he was just using it as a prop. But he was a great lover of music.
Yeah.
We had, every time there was a new album out, even classical music, we have Mozart and Bach and Muriel Mathieu and all these wonderful vocalists.
So first of all, she's bilingual. Is it bi or no? Not bi.
Bi is the ones like I did exams and I passed. So yes, officially bilingual, but Caromio Bien, yeah, that's like a fourth one, and a few others. But yeah, we're officially bilingual. So Dad would buy a lot of music.
Yeah.
And we have like LPs, the small 45s and the other ones, the 30 and the 45s, I think. And then we had pretty much every new CD, every time he'd travel, he'd buy new music. So we grew up surrounded with a lot of different kinds of music. And because of that, I think it just, everything stuck with me. Everything stuck with me. And it was a nice escape. Like music just calmed me down and it made me feel like everything was fine, you know?
Yeah. So why didn't you only just think about music? What was all these other, because you know, you're comedian, thespian, lawyer.
Yeah, I think some of those things came later. Like for law, I always wanted to be a lawyer because I watched too much TV. To be honest, I think like it wasn't that your big calling or anything like that. I watched LA Law and Kina Ali McBeal and I just thought, wow, cool. I want to be the guy who says, objection! Like that was in my head, that was all I was going to do.
Yeah.
And then I went to law school, and the first year of law school I was like, what have I done to myself?
Okay.
I literally, the thing was so different from what I thought it was going to be. And I had to make a very difficult decision. I think a lot of people don't know I struggled with my first year of school, of university. And I remember coming home after 1 year and telling my folks, I don't want to continue. And it was many things. It was, the school wasn't what I thought it was going to be. The student experience that I thought I was going to have was so different. I was in London, and London is not like a campus city or a campus town. So you're given a map and you're told your next lecture. Where is this coming from? Your next lecture is like 2 blocks down. You know, take this bus, take this train, and it's on the 6th floor. Room this, and I'm like, where is the school? Like I thought I was coming to a school
within, you know, with a fence around.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So that thing threw me, and I didn't know, because I didn't visit the school before I went.
This was LSE.
LSE, yeah. So I mean, great learning experience, you know, great reputation, all of that. But it took me a while to absorb what the reality of the space was, and as a result, my first year was just like, I felt like I was just like this, you know. And then I remember my dad telling me, okay, go to Mombasa and look at the ocean. Didn't think about your life. And then if you want to change schools or change career path, then have a very serious conversation with yourself, because there's no guarantee where you're going to next will be any easier. And so I had to really think about, did I want something easy? Was I moving just because it was easy? Was I moving just because I had more friends in that city, or, you know? So
he didn't process with you?
No, he said, you go think about it. You're the one who chose this subject. Our parents never forced us
to do anything.
Wow. Like they said, do well in school and you can choose whatever subject you want. We were never told. My dad was a chemical engineer. Passing chemistry was God. You know, you were just like, that is which one? It's phosphate something, I don't know. But we could never, none of us had that thing of like becoming a chemist. And I think when he realized that, he was just like, it's fine. It's fine. So you guys do what you're doing, but do well. Like work hard and do well at whatever it is that you're doing. So we all pursued our own sort of career path. So the decision was not theirs, it was mine. And so his processing with me was more like, you made a decision, go and find out why did you pick that. And of course at that point I can't tell my father TV, so I really had to go back and ask myself what was it, and do I want to make it work at LSE and make that experience the best that I could possibly for the 3 years that were remaining, or did I want to just go and start now another first year hoping that it would be a better first year then. And the risk was too big, so I went back to school and I decided to be more positive.
And give it a shot.
Yeah.
And give it a shot. We'll find out whether June finished after this one. This is MoneyWise, and you are watching June Gachui giving her story about her life and how she ended up where we are today, and we'll find out a lot more about that. So subscribe if you haven't. Take care. Bye.